Joyride 1957, a novel and intrigue by J.P. Wasmiller, Chapter 76. James and Bree climbed into the facial vega. The sun was bright, but the air was cool. Despite it being summer, the thermometer read 62 degrees on the wall of the beautiful log-sided lodge. The peaks of the Rockies were covered in white snow, and then they stopped for gas at a standard station. They both picked up a pair of sunglasses. They did not see or purchase a copy of the Helena Independent Record, which had a story of James' mysterious disappearance on the lower half of the front page. There was no accompanying photo. They then set off west on the Going to the Sun highway through Glacier National Parks. James could not believe the spectacular scenery, and though Bree had been here as a child, she now was overwhelmed by the views. They stopped at St. Mary's Lake, the top of Logan Pass, and Lake McDonald, where they grabbed a sandwich. On leaving the west end of the park, James decided to remain in the United States for a while rather than heading up into Canada at Roosevelt. His mind had done some thinking, and he realized by now he was a missing person not only to his pursuers, but the police. He thought it better to enter Canada from another state, hoping that there would be no record of it yet outside of Montana. In this assumption he was correct. He drove through western Montana on U.S. Highway 2. His facial vega was performing beautifully, and his passenger Bree was more beautiful with each passing ray of sun. On and on the two went through Sandpoint, Idaho to Newport, Washington. Here James turned northwest on State Route 20 and followed it to Oroville, Washington. By now the sun was low, and as he turned north toward the Canadian border only a few miles away, he began to wonder if the two would be allowed to cross. As they drove up to the checkpoint below Osoyoos, British Columbia, they both began to feel uneasy. James reassured her that all they needed to do was be truthful. Neither was sure it would work, but they would try. He had been near death many times this year, and she had walked out of her old life, leaving it completely behind.